When you think about what it takes to build a nation, a few core materials always come to mind. For Nepal, we've had huge successes with hydropower and cement. But that third pillar, steel, well, that comes with an absolutely massive price tag. Today, we're digging into a golden opportunity literally buried in the hills of Nawalparasi that could change the entire game, the Dhaubadi Iron Mine. Let's break down exactly what's at stake here. Just look at this number for a second. 175 billion rupees. That's how much Nepal spends every single year just to import steel. It is a colossal drain on our national treasury, sending our hard-earned foreign currency overseas for something we desperately need to build our own future. And this chart, wow, it really puts that number into perspective. We all know how much we spend on petroleum, right? Well, look what's right behind it. Steel. It makes up a massive 12% of our entire import bill. It's our second biggest import, and that's a huge economic vulnerability that we might just have a chance to fix from the inside out. All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to tackle the problem of those pricey imports. Then we'll journey to the Dhaubadi mine itself. We'll get into why a partnership model might just be the key, look at what's next, weigh the risks and safeguards, and then wrap up with a really strong argument for why we just can't afford to wait any longer.
So, let's dive right into the heart of the problem, Nepal's incredibly expensive dependency on foreign steel. I mean, think about it. Every single road, every bridge, every new hydropower dam relies on it. But right now, the very foundation of our country's development is almost entirely built somewhere else.
The best way to think about it is like this. If hydropower is the energy and cement is the body, then steel is the skeleton. It's the critical third pillar that gives everything its strength. It's what makes sure our infrastructure isn't just built for today, but built to last for generations to come. And a truly self-reliant nation needs its own source of strength. That means it needs its own steel. Which brings us from the problem to the incredible potential solution. So where does Nepal find this strength? Well, the answer isn't in another country. It's right here, right under our own feet. So let's talk about the national asset that could rewrite the entire story, the Dhaubadi Iron Mine. The potential here is just immense. Get ready for this number, 96 million tons. That's the estimated amount of iron ore sitting in the Dhaubadi mine. This isn't just some small discovery, folks. This is a strategic national asset, a massive reserve of the exact material Nepal needs to secure its own future. So what does a number like 96 million tons actually mean for the country? Well, according to the experts, once this mine is up and running, it could immediately supply 30 to 35% of all the steel Nepal currently uses. That's about a third of our import bill, just gone. It would be a giant leap towards real economic independence. Okay, so the treasure is there. We know it. But the billion-dollar question is, how do you get it out of the ground? And not just get it out, but do it effectively, efficiently, and quickly. This brings us to a really crucial question. Why are we even talking about a partnership model? And this slide just lays out the dilemma perfectly. If the government tries to do a massive project like this all by itself, it often runs into some predictable walls. Limited budgets, a whole lot of bureaucratic red tape, and maybe not enough specialized mining know-how. But a public-private partnership, that flips the script. It brings in private money and cutting-edge tech. It's built for efficiency, it transfers a huge amount of the financial risk away from the taxpayer, and it taps into market expertise. It's a model designed to get big, expensive things done, and done right. And look, this isn't some wild theory. We've actually seen this movie before in Nepal, and it had a pretty good ending. Private investment is what supercharged our hydropower sector, turning it into a real success story. Same thing with cement. Private companies came in with modern technology, and what happened? Prices went down, and quality went way up for everybody. It's a playbook that we know works. So, if the partnership model makes so much sense, where are we at right now? Is this whole thing just an idea on a piece of paper? No, absolutely not. Let's take a look at the real, concrete steps that have already been taken to move this project forward. The momentum is absolutely real. The government actually set up the Dhaubadi Iron Company all the way back in 2076 BS. Since then, the big stuff, the detailed project report, all the key technical and financial studies, it's all done. Even more importantly, the basic infrastructure you need to even start, like access roads, electricity, and getting the land ready, that's already in place. The target right now is to start production by 2085 BS. And the benefits here go way beyond just the steel itself. This project is expected to create 10,000 direct jobs. That's 10,000 families, 10,000 new livelihoods, bringing a huge economic boost to the entire region. And let's just circle back to that massive economic win for a second. Slashing our steel imports by 30 to 35% means billions of rupees stay right here in Nepal, ready to be invested in our schools, our hospitals, and our future. This isn't just a small adjustment, it's a game-changing economic shift. On top of all that, the numbers just work. Financial studies show that the project is expected to pay for itself in just 7 years. That shows it's commercially viable, making it a smart bet not just for the nation, but as a sound financial investment too.
Now, of course, you don't just hand over the keys to a strategic national treasure without some serious thought and planning. Any kind of partnership has potential risks, so it is absolutely essential that we talk about those risks and the safeguards we need to put in place to protect Nepal's interests.
To make this work for everyone, the final agreement has to be absolutely ironclad. We're talking about a strong system to monitor everything. It means fair sharing of revenues and royalties for the state. It has to include mandated social responsibility and make protecting the environment a top priority. And critically, there have to be non-negotiable guarantees for local community participation and total transparency in everything they do.
So we've laid it all out. We've seen the problem, the incredible solution, the best way to get it done, the progress we've already made, and the protections we need. All of this leads us to one simple, unavoidable conclusion. There can be no more delays.
For 5 years, the homework has been done, studies have been finished, plans have been drawn, and infrastructure has been built. All that work has brought this project to a critical tipping point. The time for just talking about it is over. The time for a clear, decisive policy decision on the partnership model is right now.
As Pradyumna Prasad Upadhyay, the author of the article we're looking at today, puts it so perfectly, we don't have the luxury of time to just sit back and be proud that we have a mineral deposit somewhere. Potential alone builds absolutely nothing. Action is what forges a nation.
And so, in the end, it all comes down to this one final critical question. The plans are ready, the resources are waiting, and the need has never ever been greater. Will Nepal seize this moment to forge its own steel and build a truly self-reliant future, or will this golden opportunity remain just that, a story of what could have been buried deep underground?